Welcome to Dakar 2020. It's going to be one of the most spectacular days of this year's rally, in more ways than one. Disaster for Adrian van Beveren in the bikes, and a battle royale between legends in the cars. Today's third outing of Dakar 2020 also gives us a chance to enjoy some of the most breathtaking scenery that Saudi Arabia has to offer. Feast your eyes on a little appetizer of what's coming up.
So it seems like we had like a full Dakar stage, as every terrain you can imagine. But yeah, so far so good. I'm enjoying it, and yeah, we've got a long way to go.
Sam Sunderland has taken over from his teammate Toby Price as the leader in the bikes, while in the cars, Dakar newcomer Fernando Alonso ran into a spot of bother. It's part of the adventure. We're living the Dakar at 100% with everything that entails. We're just happy to be able to continue. Orlando Terranova took over at the top. Now strap yourselves in for stage 3. Stage 3, Neom, the first loop of this Dakar and the most beautiful stage of the Dakar in terms of landscapes. It's practically 100% sound and with more tricky navigation, finding the way through immense canyons. An incredible stage for the landscapes, average difficulty but with a lot of sand. On to stage 3 then, the elite riders recovering their bikes from the Parc Fermé for part 2 of the Super Marathon. Once again, just 25 minutes to work on the road book. A fast start on the menu in the first of 3 time sections. Now Adrian van Beveren has suffered plenty of misfortune in recent years, and Dakar disaster struck again for the Frenchman after just 4 kilometres. A heavy crash spelling the end of his rally. Van Beveren's now been forced to abandon in 3 consecutive editions. He already crashed out in 2018 when fighting for overall victory. Luckily, his injuries appear to be less serious this time around. He's not too bad physically speaking. They're telling us that he has a broken right shoulder and bruising on his right eye. I mean, the crash happened at high speed. He was going 120 kilometers an hour. Adrien has always bounced back. He has an energy and a strength within him, which means that he gives his life for this race. Well, it wasn't only Van Beveren who ended up having a bad day. Ross Branch was no doubt on a high after his shock stage win yesterday, but the man from Botswana also took a spill in the first part of the special. He looks determined not to let the Dakar get the better of him.
I just had a bit of a crash. No, I'll try to finish for sure. I just need to try to fix the bike a little bit.
Well, it was a tricky day for pretty much all of the top guns. KTM's Matthias Vorkner having a few issues with concealed stones on the tracks, but he only lost 8 minutes in the end. He is now ahead of his teammates in the standings. Sam Sunderland slipped off the overall lead. The British rider coming through some magnificent landscapes, but he finished down in 14th place, over 21 minutes off the pace. Pablo Quintanilla also lost a bit of time, although he did stop to help out Branch after his early crash. The two-time world champion 18.5 minutes down, which sees him drop down to 8th overall. Now the key moments in the stage concerned waypoint 53, shortly before the 400-kilometre mark, which the riders were struggling to locate. As Nacho Cornejo explained, it didn't appear to be at the indicated spot in the roadbook.
At the end there was one waypoint that it wasn't where it should be, or they didn't load it on the GPS. I'm not sure what happened, because we got together like, I don't know, 10 riders or 9. Went everywhere, didn't catch the waypoint.
Well, the decision was therefore made to take the day's times just before that rogue waypoint at kilometre 389, and that caused a bit of a shake-up in the day's original standings. Luciano Benavides was one of the losers, slipping from 4th down to 6th. Joan Barreda also slipping down a couple of places. In the end, he was around 9 minutes off the pace in 6th place. He goes 4th overall. In fact, it was a pretty excellent day all around for Honda as they claimed a 1-2-3 on the stage. Kevin Benavides on the bottom step of the podium. He had a very good first part of the stage. He was actually leading at one point. But of course it didn't help when he got turned around towards the end of the day. The Argentine only 7 minutes back and very much in contention. Cracking performance from Cornejo. He was 2nd on the day and goes up to 5th overall. In his 4th Dakar, the young Chilean's hoping to improve on his best result to date. That was 8th last year. But there was one thing that didn't change after the tweak in the times. The stage victory going to this man, Ricky Brabec, who had a great day on his Honda. Remember, no Americans ever won the Dakar, but if he keeps going like this, the former BMX star could well make history this year. He takes the stage and becomes the new overall leader.
I want to push every day, but you got to kind of be careful, because if you win one, then you're going to lose one. So I just like the terrain. I'm having a lot of fun out here. You know, it's rough, it's rocky, sandy, fast. You know, I enjoy it. So having a lot of fun, feeling really confident and comfortable. So hopefully we can keep the momentum going.
Brabec winning ahead of his teammates Cornejo and Benavides, with the KTM duo of Walkner and Toby Price in 4th and 5th on the day. Brabec leads Benavides by just under 5 minutes overall, with Walkner now the leading KTM. There are 4 Hondas in the top 5, with Barreda and Cornejo both moving up. New winner in the quads today, Giovanni Enrico of Chile. After 2 abandons in the Dakar, he is now running 3rd overall. Frenchman Simon Witzer was a minute back in 2nd place. He is also looking good after his serious crash 2 years ago. Enrico's fellow compatriot Ignacio Casale was 3rd, but he still leads overall by 14.5 minutes.
Looks like another fun day in the rocks. Woo!
Keep the wheels turning and get to the finish. That's the goal for the Dakar. Get to the finish.
¿Estás bien o qué? Perdón,
Putain.
Don't look to gain positions. Well, I try to overtake because when I see others, I'm not comfortable. It's the story of a little South African lady in love with the desert.
What do I like about it? The freedom. To me, it's free. You get on the bike and it's just another world, and I like being in that world. Even a week ago, it still seemed impossible, and I still don't believe we're here. Sometimes I wonder, is this really the Dakar? Where are we?
29 years of age, a meter 58 kilos, Ty Perry doesn't go unnoticed in the Dakar universe.
We're very stressed and we can't wait to race because all of this is more stressful than actually getting on the bike. We just want the airflow. We want to start. We like the outdoors, we like nature. My dad used to ride and I saw photos and I decided, hey Dad, I want a bike. I don't know why I said that, but it started there. I have a brother, but he's not into bikes. I'm the tomboy in the family. I went bigger and faster very quickly. So I got onto a bigger bike and then a bigger bike. I never stayed on something too long. And then eventually I got on the biggest legal bike, the 450. Because I couldn't go any bigger with bikes, I wanted bigger challenges. And here I am, the Dakar's the biggest challenge. I think everyone finds it hilarious when they see me standing on my if I'm just with the bike standing stationary, because I can't exactly put feet down. I'm up in the knee there. But I've learned to be a little bit acrobatic on the bike. I need to, if I get to very technical sections where you need to pedal, as they call it, you get your leg down, and I can't do that. So I need to have, let's say, a better skill level to stay on the pegs, because as soon as I need that leg, I'm down. I hope to do not too bad in the rookies, against the rookies. And then in next years to come, I have to have more experience and start bettering my position.
An early start for the cars, gathering in the long shadows of the Saudi morning. Ready to tackle the 426 kilometers of Stage 3. First to break new ground was overnight rally leader Orlando Terranova, heading up into the high altitudes in his X-Ray John Cooper Works Mini. The Dakar veteran started the day with a nearly 5-minute lead over the best in the world. Orly is keen to be the first ever Argentine Dakar winner, but today he was off the elite pace and dropped back. After learning just how tough the Dakar can be yesterday, fixing a ripped-off wheel with Mark Comer and losing 2.5 hours, Fernando Alonso is still going. And in fact, was showing impressive pace today, posting top 4 times all the way in his Toyota and gaining valuable kilometres of experience. The private Peugeot of Emirati Sheikh Khalid Al Qasimi started the day in a promising 3rd overall. But that is the result of a massive roll. Al Qasimi and co-driver Xavier Panseri were shaken and checked okay by medical teams. The second half of the stage also proved terminal for Russian Vladimir Vasilyev and his returning co-driver Vitaly Yevchekov, who had a lucky escape here while going well in P9. Unfortunately, that is the end of the road for their X-Ray John Cooper Works Mini. The pair could only watch as their car burnt to the ground. Very much the Saudi favourite to cause an upset, Yazid Al-Rajhi has put the navigational troubles of day 1 behind him and really put his foot down. With the help of new Russian co-driver Konstantin Zhiltsov, the times today were very good, finishing 6th quickest, which puts him in 4th place overall. It was a good day for local talent, contesting his 3rd Dakar, but clearly relishing the chance to show off his home advantage. Saudi Yassir Saidan put in an incredible drive today with his X-rayed 4-wheel drive Mini underneath him. The showdown in the wild, wild east. A very close battle today between the last three Dakar winners, Peter Hansel, Sainz and Alatia, all the way through the stage. Between them, they have 18 victories, and their hunger to be the first to win in Saudi is clear. First to blink was Peter Hansel, who is coping with English pace notes for the first time, and he got lost at the very last split. After soldiering through 2 frustrating days of punctures and navigation, reigning champ Nasser Alatia and his Toyota Gazoo Racing Hilux was back on form and locked in a brilliant fight with old rival Carlos Sainz, swapping the stage lead several times en route. In the end, the Qatari had to settle for second best, not without overtaking his teammate De Villiers on the way.
Navigation was difficult, you know, not easy, but okay. We was really careful and we are quite happy.
And this is El Matador. He won the Dakar in 2010 for Volkswagen and in 2018 for Peugeot. Now he's really getting to grips with his mini buggy. Under pressure from his main rivals, Carlos Sainz and long-term co-driver Lucas Cruz have stamped their authority on Dakar 2020 with this stage win. A superb drive today. The Spanish legend almost in cruise control as he flies across the sand en route to the finish. A really good stage, fantastic landscapes, complicated navigation, but Lucas did a great job. Now we just have to wait for the results. And here they are. The battle royale between old rivals Alatia and Sainz has stepped up. Today it was advantage El Matador. And that means Sainz has moved up into the overall lead. Peter Hansel has crept into the top 5 for the first time, and Al Rajhi keeps Saudi hopes alive in 4th.
In the SSV class, another fine day for young Austin Jones. In his Dakar debut, the American's learning fast. 4th yesterday, he took his Can-Am to 6th spot today, and he remains very much in contention for a top 5 spot overall. Now this man has been the surprise package so far. Spaniard Jose Antonio Hinojo. He's also in a Can-Am and he's currently on the podium in 3rd position. Far better than the 9th spot he conquered in Peru last year. In his quest to give the USA a first overall victory on the Dakar, Casey Curry is taking command of the event. 3rd today, he has a very slender advantage over his closest rival, Chaleco Lopez. A former winner in the quads, Sergei Karyakin, is moving up the standings. He's now 4th after coming 2nd on the day. The winner on the day, Spaniard Gerard Fares, getting his first stage victory of this edition. A nice way for him to hit back after upsets on the previous day. Just 15 seconds separate Casey and Chaleco after 3 stages. Hinojo 1 minute 40 back, Karyakin and Jones within 13 minutes.
Lights are on. Check your steering, please. Make sure the handbrake is off. Good luck, Patrick. Tom.
You're breathing like an animal. Well, I'm hot. Well, you're not exactly thin, are you?
3, 2, 1, and go.
Play. 1, 2, go. Allez.
I just opened the tyre, man. That was right on the suspension.
If we puncture, we're going to lose time. Well, we're going to try not to puncture.
The tyre pressures are too low.
Let's fiddle down then, Tom, if you're saying that.
Too late, let's go.
We have got time, yeah?
I'm not, they're going to be in fucking dust and dust and dust.
Stay there. It's hard to know. Look at them, crazy.